neutral bomb king. I reckon you got another neutral bomb in you while you're out here. That's gold. G'day guys, welcome back. Something different for you today. Taking a bit of a break from the wagon, waiting for some parts to come in. And I wanted to talk to you about this car. So, this is a 82, I think, 83 HB that I rescued out of a paddock. I've already got a bunch of footage on this car, so I'm going to intertwine what I'm doing now with a whole bunch of old footage basically on the whole build, but I'll run through it quickly as well. In my last RX-7 video, I said that I took the 12A out and I had a car that I dragged out of a paddock. Well, that's this car. I've actually decided against putting a 12A in it because I wanted to make Rotary Revival, which is in about a month, and I thought it would be cool to just leave this car looking like this, because it's got a pretty hectic patina on it, and you know, cruise out there with a rotary. But I decided against it because the car's pretty much built. There's very little left to do on it. In fact, it's just wiring, fuel system and tail shaft, and this car will be ready to go. So I'm just going to go quickly through about a little bit of what the car's about, and intertwine that with some old footage that I've got of the build and the changes the build's gone through. So a while ago, I think maybe like a year and a half ago now actually, when I sold my green 929 track car. This car was designed to replace that green track car. So the idea was to have a car with full street trim and take the running gear out of the green car and put it into this car. And that's kind of what happened, but the build sort of changed direction as it went along. Someone needed a 3-litre V6, and I was like, well, you know, I like saving old cars, and if someone needs a motor to save their old 929, you know, I just don't want to turn the boost up and throw the rods out on the ground. So I sold the motor. And then this motor is out of another car. This is a 2-litre V6. It's a good motor, but it's actually been underwater. So if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram and that, you'll know about my Luce that I bought that was underwater. So this is essentially that engine with all the bits off of the 3-litre V6 on it. So it's got the 550cc injectors, the Commodore coil packs, the modified throttle body elbow, blow-off valve, crank angle sensor, crank trigger wheel, all in there. Off the 3-litre V6 that was going to be the motor in this, with all the turbo stuff off the track car. So I did build it, and I had the turbo sort of mounted over here with a side pipe coming out. And kind of realized that wasn't my jam. And then that turbo was from way back in the day. That turbo was actually in the red HB on the 13B motor, the blue apex seals, and I thought, oh, I better check that turbo out because I think there's something up with it, and there it was. half the turbine was missing. So that turbo went in the bin. And this turbo is more suited for an engine this size. This is a TDO 620G. How my turbo pipe's coming along. I'll show it on the car in a sec. My TIG welding is average at best. So I have to get from there to here. So I had this all tacked, but it was the wrong angle. I need it to be more like this. So I'm just gonna dummy that up, which I need 2 hands for. You know when you're proud of something, like a firstborn child, but everyone else is just like, God damn, that baby's ugly. Just gonna have a bit of a tidy up today, but this is where I'm at. I haven't been able to film everything because I've been working after hours and stuff on my own. So just gonna go through today, maybe put the seats in, clean up the interior, swap some of the interior parts. I want to do something in the boot. I think I'm gonna cut the rusty spare tyre well out, just put a flat piece across here and then start doing my fuel system. So I bought this proper TDO 6 V-band, supposed to slot into the back of this, into this little groove, but it doesn't, it's too big, which is a real pain in the ass. That was 45 bucks. 2 of these 3-inch V-bands were 35 bucks. So, you know, I'm gonna have to grind this lip off because I wanna get this done today. And it's just gonna take too long to send it all back and everything. So I'm gonna have to grind this little lip off to get that to fit on the back of there, which sucks because that's 45 bucks. That's, you know, 17.50. Could have just used one half of that, but it is what it is. Sometimes you try and do the right thing and you get screwed. So I was kind of just dragging my ass around the shop before. Super bummed about my V-band. Was getting ready to attack it with the angle grinder. And then it just suddenly popped into my head that, oh yeah, my mate Jeremy basically gave me a lathe. So, lathed this thing down. Nice snug fit. That's my massive win for today. Stoked. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking to yourself, why is he running the exhaust in front of the motor? That's because there is zero room anywhere for an exhaust to go. So the exhaust has to go out here on the passenger side. That's why There's some tidy bendies going on, and it's going around the front of the motor. And you're also thinking to yourself, why did he TIG weld the V-band but MIG weld the rest of the pipe? Well, when you TIG weld these V-bands, it's nice and clean. When you MIG that close to them, they generally get sparks and all kinds of crap stuck to them. And then you have to clean it all off to get your V-band to work properly. The second reason is the MIG is way quicker. So the TIG is just super slow, whereas the MIG, I can just blaze these on, get it done super quick. Yeah, I know they're stainless, but that's just what's available to me. There's a stainless place pretty much next door. Otherwise, I'd probably just be doing it out of mild steel. I did get a pallet of parts. Most of the, well actually all of the interior is swapped in now. So all of the burgundy hood lining, back seat, dashboard and everything. Radio, shifter, I kind of just want that sleeper look. I'm still deciding, because this car's going to be black, and I'm still deciding if it's going to be black patina or nice gloss black. I've always wanted to do something patinaed, but you know, it'd be nice to have it nice gloss black. Maybe with some bolt-on flares or something and some nice wide wheels in the future. So I'm pretty much at a point today where I want to get the fuel system done. The way that I'm going to go about that is I want to take the fuel system out of the red car, so the surge tank and everything. Raceworks do like a really nice in tank. You can buy like a weld-in ring to go to weld into the top of the fuel tank, and then you can just run like an in-tank Commodore setup, and it just eliminates all the mess in the boot and everything. So I want to do a really nice setup like that in the red one, which is going to be getting a rebuilt FE3 motor, like with all Mazda block, Mazda crank and Mazda head and everything. Gonna get rid of all the Kia junk, but there'll be more about that in another video. So I want to do a really nice fuel system setup on that. So I figured I'm just going to take all of that fuel system out, put it into this one, and then essentially this ECU was the older EMS Pro style ECU that I tried to put in the red car. That I couldn't use it in the red car because it only does bank injection and it only does wasted spark, and the red car is set up with individual coil packs. So this is the ECU that I sort of wired into that car, and then had to basically take it out and rewire the whole car with another ECU. So I've essentially got this just twist and taped to the motor, and I'm gonna see if it'll get the laptop out and see if it'll work, and if it works then I'll wire it in properly, and if I'm gonna have too many dramas with it then that's gonna go, and this car's gonna get a different ECU. So that pretty much brings us up to speed with where this build is at, and today I'm gonna sort of focus on that, weld up the seat brackets, because these seats are actually out of like a these front seats are out of like an 80s Mazda 626 or something, so I've got to make up brackets and everything for them to fit, and yeah, sort the fuel system over. So let's just get into it, hey, because this is all going to be one video. from me basically dragging the car out of the paddock to doing a fat skid and hopefully, you know, taking it out on a track, you know, maybe even driving it on the street, I don't know, but it's all gonna be in one video, so let's see how it pans out. Hashtag watch till the end. Okay, so I got my whole setup out of the red color, just pulled the whole setup out. Still comes out in one lot, that's how I put it together. It's a deadhead system, so it's all regulated in the boot. It's just got one line that goes up to the motor. The only thing I'll probably do is swap out this old Malpassi reg for a Raceworks one that I got. That also came out of the flooded car. So just got to put that in there, and then once I sort of have got a pretty good idea where everything sits, this plate that I made up to go over the rusty spare tyre well after I cut the spare tyre well out, I'm probably going to bead roll an edge in it and take all these tech screws out and plug weld it in. What the hell is this, man? Look at what just came out of the fuel line. That is the actual worst. Like, what even is that? It's like black at the bottom and then like water. That's not fuel. Like, where did that come from? Wow. Now we're talking crispy clean. Alright guys, it's about 10:30 in the morning. I was left the workshop. I took this photo at 2:20 this morning. So really there's not a lot of footage because I've just been at the workshop pretty much till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning every night this week, getting this thing ready. So not sure where I was at last time, but all the seats are done. They're all fitted properly. Got this handbrake that Jay from Low Standards, he hooked me up with heaps of stuff. He gave me the handbrake, he gave me some tires to bake, he made my tail shaft adapter. Yeah, so that's super cool. I've got the ball valve in here to turn the rear brakes off, got the AM wideband, got boost gauge. So this is all pretty much ready to rock. Need to go through a few things on the laptop. And yeah, obviously show you guys under the bonnet and stuff. I'll do that when I get to X Park, but I did lay a second gear skid last night and it was pretty raging. I actually had to stop because I couldn't see or breathe. Couldn't even see the laptop in front of my face right here. So I've got high hopes for today. But even if the car like breaks instantly, I'm still gonna be stoked to get out there and just do some stuff. So I'm fully loaded. Car's on, trailer's on, got heaps of tires to bake. I'm ready to rock. Just walked into that tree, got covered in water. Good times. You know how there's the memes going around about everyone's car's having a check engine light? I've got an SRS light. That's okay, no airbags, we die like real men. Just got down to X Park, got the car running, it's running good. Just noticed all that oil in front of the turbo, so just gonna send it, man. Just gonna send it.
bomb king. You got another neutral bomb in you while you're out here.
Hang on, I'll get in a better spot.
Oh yeah.
Leaving Port Pirie, got a 3-hour drive ahead of me to my mate's property. Long story short, my turbo doesn't make any boost. So I think maybe the turbo's shagged. The whole front of the turbo was full of oil. So, and it's weird. I was having a look at my, you know, I was doing a skid and you could hear like the screamer pipe open. And what it actually was is when my boost duty table was not allowing, like the boost controller was pretty much maxed when I had my foot flat, but then when I throttled it, it dropped down into a part of the table that actually opens the gate. So as I was throttling it, the wastegate was opening and shutting. But yeah, with the wastegate completely closed, sometimes I was seeing 15 pounds, sometimes I was seeing 10. The turbo's just not making any boost, so it's kind of killing my fun. But hit my mate's property today and see if we can have some fun, maybe break something, I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, that meme about the kangaroos hopping in front of the cars, it's not wrong. Fault code, is it? Nah, fault code would be like, fault code would be like a sensor not working or something. Like a coolant temp sensor or...
I always thought like this cable's a bit loose too, eh?
Yeah, nah, it's gonna be like, if it's fault coding, it's gonna be a bung sensor for sure.
Yeah.
Because if an injector wasn't working, you'd just lose that cylinder.
Yeah.
So...
it wouldn't like read lean and fault code?
Oh, I doubt it's that technologically advanced.
It's still connected by the looks of it.
It's still very good. I know what the problem is.
What?
It's the weeds growing out the boot jam.
I know.
I had to go full send on a dirt road to get here. Covered my car, covered it.
Nah, it's stuck in second. So it's like, well, that's second, but it's like no power. It's starting to make noise as well. I reckon one more lap will kill it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take it back while it still drives.
Oh, okay, you're not going to go out again.
I think I spoke too soon.
Oh.
I got nothing. I got all neutrals.
Oh.
Well, shit.
Unless I just, I don't know, did I,
Whatever you did last time, do that again. And it will fix.
yeah. Transmission smoke from inside. Pretty rowdy out there, forgot to record.
And yeah, I'm done. The trans is dead. It's just when you put it in first, it's just locked up. So that's it for me. Might do a trailer skid in reverse or something. Let's go.
Yo.
Whoa. Dude, where is all that dust coming from? What, wheel spins? It's like, it's coming in the car somehow.
Can't get that one right.
Oh, understeer. We got 110, 120. Man, I chicken footed way before that.
That's why no one will remember your name.
It's alright.
Let's go.
Come on. Lame.
All right, time to wash all the mud off. All right, the car is all clean, mostly. I'm gonna start it up, and if it's got gears, reverse, whatever I can get, gonna send these tires. So let's see. Oh, you know you want it, baby. I think I got some water in the turbo. It's not loving life at the moment. Or water on a core back or something. Or it might even be stuck in gear. I think it's stuck in gear. Yep, it was stuck in gear. Let it warm up. Ready for action. So yeah, that's what I was doing. Like then it was in park, and it was, but still in reverse when it was in park, and you put it in first gear, and I think it's in reverse and first at the same time. So, but if I put it in just reverse, should be able to do some skids. Dan's here. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Gonna do a skid, man.
Bag it up, mate. Bag it up.
I'm just gonna let the car warm up. Do it. Try a reverse skid and see what happens.
Dude, I looked out the front window and there was just water spraying out of the radiator cap, man. That tire just blew. It's just sitting there and it just blew. Now that's a success in my book. Wanted to do a trailer skid for a long time. Yeah, see how it was like doing nothing and then it was skidding, but did you notice like the screamer pipe opened and it got like real loud? Yeah. And that's why I was like, yeah, look at the boost gauge, look at the boost gauge. Because yeah, that's when it was actually doing something, but I don't know why. I don't know if there's a problem with this turbo, like it just doesn't make boost or something. I don't know what's going on, so. That's gold. Too much fun. Hell yeah. Still smoking like 5 minutes later. How good. Oh, that was so good. Bits of fucking steel belt and shit everywhere. You living the bogan dream. Trailer skids. Tick it off the bucket list. Wonder how hot the car got. There's no temperature gauge. I was watching that.
I looked out the window and it was just coming out of here like a fire hose, man. Like,
Yeah, I was watching that and I was like, oh, keep an eye on that.
yeah. Good times. Good times.
Even the keep it with the rust on it, it's kind of like a sleeper or something.
Yeah, just like I just want it to look like crap like that, but have a sick motor.
Like Mad Max or something.
Pizza toppings. So yeah, that was a pretty sort of epic, successful weekend in my book. Even though I obviously had some issues with the car not wanting to skid and, you know, killing the gearbox and the turbo not making boost and all that kind of stuff. I still had heaps of fun. It's just a crazy week of like, you know, working at the workshop until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, multiple nights, and even being up at, you know, still 2:30 in the morning on the Saturday morning that I had to leave to go to X Park. But yeah, I just wanted to anyone that was involved making the weekend possible, like you know, Low Standards Jay, like just he gave me the handbrake and a whole bunch of tires. I didn't even end up getting to bake, and you know, just invited me out to the day, told me to come along and just helped me out with a bunch of stuff. And then, like, you know, my mate Jezza was here with me until, you know, 1 in the morning on Saturday, just like changing tires for me. And stayed with my mates Clint and Carolyn in Port Pirie after going to X Park. So, you know, that just saved me getting a motel and spending money and stuff. So that was a huge help. And like, obviously, like Rodder with his property and Shane and all those guys. Because yeah, just without, and you know, obviously, like my customers for being supportive of my business, and like all you guys, like commenting on the YouTube videos and watching them and subscribing and all that kind of stuff. That you know, it's not really possible for me to do any of this stuff without like support of my customers and help from mates, and like you know, just making these videos just as a hobby or whatever. But like having the support and seeing all you guys' YouTube comments and all the love and everything, it just makes it like really enjoyable to do for me as a hobby. So yeah, just massive thank you to everyone involved. And this is just the first of many events and many skids that I want to do. I just want to get out there and get involved as you know, in as much as I possibly can. So, and like, yeah, take people for rides in the car and stuff like that as well. So I'm super keen to develop the car more. Obviously I need to do a gearbox now, figure out what's going on with the turbo, maybe get on the dyno, see how much power it can make, and yeah, go from there. So just super pumped for it all, and learned a lot this weekend with big learning experience, as well as having a lot of fun and just being on the road enjoying myself. So, and yeah, obviously an epic journey with the car, getting the car over a year ago, dragging out of a paddock and having all these ideas and changing my mind 50 million times, and probably will change my mind another 50 million times before I get to something that I'm using and enjoying. So yeah, thanks everybody. Comment below what's your favorite thing about the car. You know, where do you think I should go with the car? You know, what did you enjoy most in the video? And yeah, don't forget to give me a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'll be back on the green wagon next video, getting that all finished. So yeah, thanks heaps guys, and I'll see you in the next one.